Hi everyone, my name is Nihal, and today I'm going to teach you about the display block. The display block is what you know as an action block. An action block is a block that is on the action tab. The action tab is the screen tab. This action tab has 7 actions for the robot. The display run displays anything you want on this screen on the brick. The sound block puts sounds from these sound inputs placed on the brick, and then they put lights. And this lights block is basically to control the lights over here. But right now we're focusing on the display block. The display block has 6 inputs: preview, file name, output images, x-axis, and y-axis. Let's see. All right. So the preview is basically, it shows what you program the robot to display. The file name is the list of project images and Lego image files that the software gives you. And then the x-axis, basically x and y axis, puts them anywhere vertically, which is the y-axis, or horizontally, which is the x-axis. You can control those inputs here. In files for images, basically in files, there's 4 options. These options are text, shapes, image, and reset screen. So basically, these options are: image is where you can upload any photo from your desktop. Shapes is what you can, like, shapes are basic shapes that you can put on the screen, like a line, circle, or rectangle. Sometimes you can just put a dot too. And then text. There's 2 different types of text: grid and pixel. That will show the amount of distance in between an X and Y. For grid, it's a very big distance. Like if you put X from 0 to 1, it'll make like an inch jump. But pixels is very small. When you draw, there's very small pixels. That's very little distance. This is text pixels. Here, the text is Mindstorms. This is grid. This is how grid will show. It will show an actual grid. Here it's saying hello. Here are the shapes. This is a line. Basically, this option where it says clear the screen, that just means to clear the previous screen, because like, say you have another display block before and you show a line. If you want to show a circle, but you don't want to keep it with the line, you have to clear the screen and set that to true. Here's another example. This is a circle. You can put the input as a circle. Here's text manual. So Basically, here you can control how the text looks. Like here, you can put change the size, and this is where you can type anything. Here is where you can change the color, and this is where you can change where the image of the text appears. This shows Smart Pro Kids. This, if it's a clear screen like this, that means it's in pixels. Here's a small line of code called Project Race. Here, it will display start, and then it will show a smile face from the Lego image files. And then the robot will move forward, turn right, and move forward again. Then we'll say finish, and then we'll use the sound block and place cheering from Lego image files. Here are projects using the text component in display. Here's project 1. Display all the expressions: happy, sad, silly, mad, all those on your robot screen. This one right here. Here's another one. Detect all the colors by using this color sensor. This is a color sensor. It can detect all the colors like on my table, like this black card or this red paper. Once it detects the detected color on the screen and say it out loud, the different colors should move in directions. Basically, when it says the different colors should move in different directions, if it says like red, it should move this way. If it says blue, it should move this way. If it says yellow, it should move backward. At the end of the program, display the game is over and play music. Basically, you want to go to text, pixels, or grid, and display game over. Game is over. And play some music from the sound block. And project 3 is just come up with your own way to use the display block. So here's another example of the text. This is an example called wired. Basically, wired just means it will give an input for any text wire to plug in, and it will display that text, like here. This is the math block, and these are variable blocks. Here, there's a given variable named value. Here, it will in the math block, it will do 8 times 5. It will the value input is 8 times 5, which is 40, and then it would read the value 40, and it will, on your screen it will say 40. So this is the display block and how it's used. The projects are very simple, and for project 3 you can do your own. Now I'm going to show you an example from EV3 Mindstorms. So I'm going to open my EV3 Mindstorms window, and I'll share my screen. So right now I'm going to open to my new file and a new program. And this is the actions tab that I was telling you about. Here are the 7 action blocks, and this is the display block we've been talking about. So right now I'm gonna turn on my robot. So while my robot's turning on, let's do a code. Let's put this display block and change the display image. You can go to preview here. And let's change the image, probably not progress. Let's do Legos. Oh, the robot turned on. And let's do the EV3 icon. So show like a EV3 icon at start. And then let's make a sound. Maybe like power. Uh, yeah. Let's do ready. And let's try that first. So before you start, well, when you connect to the EV3 Windows, if you start your program, it won't like start on the robot because you need to connect the brick. So I'm going to refresh. It's searching for available bricks to connect. It takes some time though. And then this is my brick name, so I'm going to connect. And remember, the main part about this program is the display block. Okay, I'm connected. So now I'm going to start this program and watch here. This is my robot screen. See, it was really quick, but I'll show you again. So basically what happened is it showed the EV3 icon and made the sound as we told it to. But that was really quick, so I want to increase the speed. So I will go to flow control, take the wait block, and maybe put 2 seconds, at least 2 seconds. I don't need it for sound. So now once we start it, it showed it for at least 2 seconds. So now I want to make my robot do something, not just like stand there and display. We done that. So what I want to do is go to action. Maybe let's do brick lights and let's turn blinking to false and let's make it show green brick light. I'm going to show you a close-up of the robot while we're programming. Here. And there was a green brick light. But that doesn't, it didn't look like the green brick light was showing because there's already a green brick light. So let's do red. And let's try again. So now the robot did as we told. We have a brick light. And now I want to do something even more. maybe I want to make the robot move because like it's just standing there. So I'm gonna take out my move tank. Here I'm gonna put its face. Now I'm gonna take out my move tank. And it's gonna move forward at 50 speed, 1 rotation. So now let's try. It showed icon. And my bad, it moved back. I put the wrong way. See, for many robots, there's a unique design. For this robot, there's also a unique design because the motors are placed on backwards. So for here, you have to place the powers as negative to go backward for the motors, I guess, or forward in my case. So it shows the icon, makes the sound, red brick light, and moves forward. But I want to control it when it can do all those things. So what I want to do is I want to I want it to listen to me, and if I press the touch sensor, it will start. So how I do that is I put a wait command, and basically we wanted to wait for the touch sensor to be pressed. So I go to touch sensor, and I go to compare state, and we want to wait for it when we want to wait for the touch sensor to be bumped. There are 3 options: released, pressed, and bumped. Released is when the touch sensor is released, then it will recognize. Pressed is when the touch sensor is just pressed, and bumped is when the touch sensor is pressed and released. So now let's try. So it's doing nothing. So I'll press the touch sensor, and now it's showing the 83 icons and moving forward with the red brick light and sound. And now I want to put it in a loop repeatedly. So I'll take out my loop block and go here, and I'll put all the code here. And then after the loop, after the action, I want to put a text saying great job. And now I'll show great job here. So let's play this. So it's doing the action. And now it shows great job. For loops, when display blocks are in loops, they don't need a wait block. It will show for a long time. So you can do it again. Yep. So this is the So this is the AV3 display block, and here's an example on how to use it. Thank you, and bye.